Hey guys, this is Carter Huff coming to you from Kunes Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Belvidere, Illinois. I'm here to, believe it or not, give you the first Carter's Auto Review special, a more in-depth look at the cars that we offer here. And today, guys, we have one of my favorite cars of all time, and that is the Dodge Challenger. Now, this is a 2023 Dodge Challenger RT Plus package. It is also a last call edition, which means, yes folks, unfortunately this was the last year produced, that being 2023. We obviously have these gorgeous silhouettes, classic silhouette and character lines throughout this car that Dodge had refused to change ever since the Challenger's inception. It's a gorgeous car. We have this elegantly done, beautiful finished granite metallic clear coat gloss that honestly changes colors from certain angles that you look at it. In addition to that, we have a functional air scoop air intake that feeds the 345 cubic inch 5.7 liter naturally aspirated V8. In addition to that, it's got these 20.5 inch forged aluminum alloy race wheels, in addition to 2 sets of race red Brembos on the front and the rear, because this big boy's got to stop. Alrighty guys, so let's talk about the heart of the lion per se, the power of this vehicle, right? Now, as I mentioned earlier, we do have that famous 5.7 liter HEMI V8 engine stock with this RT package. Makes 375 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. Do 0 to 60 in 4.8 to 4.6 seconds. It is a gorgeous and high performance car. I love it to death. Hell, I'd buy it if I could. Getting in, we have the cockpit style interior, right? It is a driver's oriented car, meaning that all of the functions and features are going to be geared towards the experience of the driver. Now, with that being said, we have a lot of things going on in here. It may not seem like much, but as soon as I can detach this, there we go. So when we power this baby up, we have a couple awesome features, right? Sounds real good. We have these retro gauges that are specific only to the Challenger. They do not come in any other vehicle other than the Challenger, to my knowledge. In addition to that, we have this dual clutch automatic 8-speed transmission that has a manual mode, in addition to the aluminum paddles that allow for dual clutch shifting. In addition to that, this beautiful steering wheel has Nappa leather for grip, aerated leather on the sides, has that aggressive angle at the bottom of the wheel. We have this classic design. I mean, everything is just very traditional muscle. It is here, it is ready. I mean, right out of the box. In addition to that, we have many awesome features when it comes to the safety and tech. Infotainment system, we obviously have AM, FM, Sirius XM, and then we have Bluetooth that's connected to my Bluetooth right now. We have the control center here. We have all of our apps, full display, 8.4 inch display. Settings, you can customize your dash and some of the infotainment properties to your liking. And we also have Park Sense and Review cameras, because there's not a whole lot of visibility coming from the back. And there are also little tiny details, Easter eggs per se, for those motorheads out there. So if you go in here and you open up the center console, we have this logo right here. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is the Dodge Brothers' original logo from when they first founded their motor company, actually making motorized bicycles in Detroit in 1900. In addition to that, we have nods to the classic Challenger, if we were to come over here and check on the passenger side, there is a retro Challenger badge right there to remind your passenger that you are in fact in a Challenger. With that being said, we move on to these gorgeous seats. Hand sewn Nappa leather, bolstered for those that like to hit the track. In fact, the RT package stands for road and track. There is the sticker in case you want any of that information, and I will include that in the post. But yes, these wonderful Nappa leather Alcantara seats helps wick sweat for those of you who are racing and in the car quite a bit. All seats come with that. Now, in addition, it does seem a bit cramped, but it is important to note that there is a back seat in the Challenger. However, it is a coupe, which is a two-door sports car. But what else do you honestly expect with a Challenger? That's why you buy one. In fact, that's why I love it so much. It's retro styling. We know we're going back to that styling part, but oh boy, if you guys could see this car in person, you would be drooling just as I am. Alrighty guys, we are sitting in the cockpit of the 2023 Last Call Edition Challenger RT. Now, with that being said, I gotta pay attention to where the traffic's going. I'm gonna back out. Roll down the window, it's a bit warm in here. Alrighty. We are off. Alrighty, there we go. We'll do a tiny little pull as we exit here. Sounds real nice. Now, surprisingly, for those of you who are hesitant to buy a Challenger, especially a Challenger or a Charger, but a Challenger especially, is, you know, I'm sure a lot of you guys are worried about, you know, the ride comfort and day-to-day traffic and, you know, using it as a daily in the right time of the season, a daily driver. It works. I mean, it works really well. It cruises really nice, similar to, honestly, I would say my mother's 2017 Lincoln MKX. Maybe not that quite as nice, but nice enough to where, I'm telling you guys, it's nice enough to where you notice a difference, especially from when you put it on into Sport or Super Track Pack. Haven't even tried that, but I'm just waiting at the light here, and it's taking quite a while. Alrighty, then we will pull off. Sounds really nice if you can hear that. Yeah guys, it's a really smooth engine. This engine has been tried and true for years by Chrysler, and that's why one of the reasons I would personally choose an RT. I'll start speaking a little bit lower now. Anyway, I would choose an RT over a Scat Pack or a 392 simply for the fact that if we're looking at insurance purposes and reliability, 392 engine's great. You know, the 6.4 liter delivers over our 110 more horsepower than this car does, you know, and it's got almost a full liter over its little brother, which is this guy. But I tell you what, you're driving around and, you know, you can rev it and throttle blip every once in a while. I'll just give you a sound of this engine. This from the inside. This is in normal mode. So sounds very nice. Now, if we were to put it into sport mode, that would be What that actually does is it tightens the suspension and the steering very well, actually. Surprisingly, you'd think there'd be a lot of play, right, in the steering wheel, which there kind of is a little bit, but barely any. And again, this is in normal driving mode. You know, I mean, most people aren't really going to even touch the sport mode. Hell, maybe not even the super track pack mode. However, it's awesome to know that it's there. And what I'm going to do is actually turn on the sport mode once I get around here, and I'll roll down the window so you guys can hear it. It tightens up the suspension, improves throttle response, and actually opens up the active exhaust throttle inhibitors. Yep, there you go. You can already hear it. I turned it on. Let's hear it in action. Yeah, guys, this is a gorgeous vehicle. And, you know, steering tightens up. I mean, you don't really need all the bells and whistles. This is, in a sense, the great-grandchild, or the great-grandson, per se, of the classic Challenger of the 1970s. I mean, it's a gorgeous, beautifully made car. I cannot stress how comfortable the seats are, how nice it rides, throttle response, everything you could want. I mean, what's not to like about this car, you know? Now, a few of the drawbacks, this is what we will say. Visibility, it's great up front, but in the back, it's kind of tough, as I'm sure you guys know already. I mean, Challengers haven't been the greatest when it comes to visibility, but again, you could buy a Charger if you wanted better visibility. You buy the Challenger because it is that old muscle car heritage, you know what I mean? And you know, like I said, this is a very wonderfully made, basic example of how amazing, you know, how far we've come in technology. Jeez, just listen to that puppy purr. Oh man, that's just such a gorgeous engine. Beautiful sound. Alrighty. Now, like I mentioned, a few of the performance numbers as earlier. We're looking at 0 to 60 and, you know, the super in the sport mode or super track pack, where everything's kind of tightened up, and on the best conditions you will actually get somewhere very close to 4.8 seconds from 0 miles per hour to 60 miles an hour. Like I said, 375 horsepower, 410 excuse me, pound-feet of torque at 5,200 RPM, I believe. With a price tag, this MSRP on this thing is about $52,000. Kunes in Belvidere, Kunes Belvidere, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, they're only asking currently about $48,000, I believe, for it. But honestly, for how much that's worth, and all the little details in this being a last call edition, I absolutely would consider at least giving this a test drive. I mean, listen, how can you not love it? Woo! Hey, thanks for watching. If you see yourself in this car, comment down below or come and give us a visit. We'll see you next time with some more exciting cars.